Yeah, so I didn't start playing basketball until about seventh grade. I started playing pretty, late in middle school. And the only reason I started playing is because I was kind of bored, like not really doing anything. Because I only played baseball when I was younger. So like after summer I didn't really have anything to do. So basketball was like, my winter thing to do. And that's how I got into it really. Yep. And then after that I just kept playing basketball, for school teams. And then one tournament, an AAU coach came up to me and asked me if like what AAU team I played for. I didn't even know what AAU was. So he invited me on his team, to come practice, and that's how I started playing basketball. I wouldn't say I was naturally good, but I kind of felt like I knew what I was doing. It was just I had to like get good at it. Yeah, I do basketball full time now, and what made me do that is realizing, this is good. I have a future in this. People see something in me, and I just play baseball for fun, so that wasn't like too hard to give up. Just being with a team, how basketball team is completely different than like a baseball team. Basketball team, everyone's really close because you have to be to win games. So I really like kind of like the brotherhood in basketball, being connected with people. The last time I was measured, I was 6'9" and 3/4, and my wingspan was 7'1". My weight, I'm 227. So my mom's side, um, my mom's 6'1.5", 6'2", and my grandpa he's 6'10" as well. So that's where my height comes from. And my dad, he worked out a lot, so I have good genetics, with that. No pro sports, but my grandpa did play baseball and basketball as well, and then my dad played basketball a lot. I have a one little brother. He plays basketball and football, but he's he's just getting into it now. He kind of started late, like I did. Yeah, I really wanted to play back in like fifth grade, and my mom said like, no way, it's too dangerous. And a couple of years ago, we went to the doctor, and like the doctor like told her how safe football actually is now. So I saw my brother play, but I didn't get the chance to get that. The basketball culture in Wisconsin is definitely growing over the past 5 years because a lot of people have just gotten into the NBA from Wisconsin. So high school basketball in Wisconsin's amazing. Everybody loves it. It's very competitive if you're in the right conference. I'd say up like way north, it's maybe a little bit less competitive, just normal basketball. But down in southeastern Wisconsin, western Wisconsin, it's really big, very competitive. Um, Definitely state finals in March is a big thing. Everybody, sometimes they call school off for that, so you can go watch them. They get a bus for the team and student section. No, I haven't personally, but one of my teammates, TJ Stutley, he knows Johnny Davis pretty well. He's from Alaska, so they're right by each other. But I haven't talked to him. No, my strengths is definitely uh, playing my back to the basket post player. I have good length for defense, so I can block shots easy, get to where I need to be, and then I also have a very good passer. I can pass the ball very well if I need to. But I get double teamed, I can find an open guy. And I have a very soft touch, and I used to be able to shoot the three, but my form was a little crooked. So now that I'm fixing my form, I'm getting that back too. Definitely ball handling. I used to be a little sketchy with ball handling, but I can bring it up the floor now if I need to. And again, like shooting's been improving. Underrated aspects of my game would be passing sometimes. People like players, the opposing team wouldn't expect passes that I'm gonna pass, so that definitely helps. And then I'd say over this past year, I lost a lot of weight. So this year it's gonna be my speed, my agility, because that's gone up. After losing about 50 pounds. I used to not eat very good for myself. Being an athlete, I used to eat a lot of junk food, a lot of fast food. So I had to cut that out completely for about like 3 months. Just to lose a bunch of weight. I got on the bike a lot, like the stationary bike,
Hmm.
and I just did a lot of cardio and a lot of light lifting. A lot of reps. It helped me lose weight pretty fast. And then after I lost weight, to build more muscle, and just started putting more protein back into my diet and just lifting a little bit heavier. Yeah. It was definitely the coaches and the people around me. I guess I was fine, being how I was, but they really like talked to me, tell me like if I really want to do this, I'm gonna have to take care of my body. Your body's going to be important through this longevity. You can't have a bad body, have a long career. So I just wanted to get the best body I could, as fast as possible, or not as fast as possible, but I just want to get it done. I don't want to be behind when I get to college with my body. So I feel like that's a lot of problems that guys might have is they get to college and they have to work on their body more than their game. So I want to be there and be able to focus on my game and developing myself as a player. Playground's it's an amazing program. It's been through a lot of switches and stuff, but everyone's a family there, and that's what I like about that. The start of the summer, went great. We're winning our games and everything. I'd say for me, it was a little bit awkward because I was just going to that weight change, so I kind of had to like get my feel back because I was just so much later. But after I got more comfortable, it was a breeze. Um, this year, yeah, I'm definitely gonna show uh my shooting more. I've started to shoot threes, more often during games. Whether I make them or not, I just getting comfortable shooting them. By the time winter comes, I'll be knocking them down. Personal goals for the season, I want to average 10. I want to average 15 points because I averaged 10 last season, so I have a 5 point difference is a good growth. I want to average 10 to 12 rebounds. That should be pretty easy for me. And then eight. I'd say 8 to 10 blocks. Interest. I, I'm. I wouldn't say I'm interested in any school yet. I'm just trying to kind of see what there is still. I think next year is when I'll really start, making obviously making my decision because I have to. But I kind of want to take it slow, and, really get a feel for every school that I can. Offers that I have right now, uh, starting off with Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, Michigan, those are the Big Ten schools, and then I got Georgetown. I have Tennessee, Texas, and Ole Miss. Those are like the main ones. I guess out of those, my most interested one, maybe Georgetown. That's who I keep in contact with the most. No, I'm not really. I'm not really looking for any school. I just wanna. Whatever comes, comes. Yeah. So I've taken three unofficial, or I've taken five unofficials. Three of them being this year. I've taken three. I've taken my first one was Minnesota or Wisconsin. I went to Wisconsin and then Minnesota and then Michigan State. That was this fall. And then
Okay.
last year I went to Notre Dame and then Iowa. Uh, it's pretty unexpected for me because a couple years ago I was just had playing baseball for fun. I never expected that. I never really had dreams of being in the NBA. I just wanted to just get through. I guess I never really thought about any of this. And over this past year, after me like growing, like socially, like social media, and getting my name out there, seeing all these articles, and seeing what people really think, that's what's really like motivated me is like other people seeing something in me. Um, I feel like a year ago it would have been a very big pick and roll team, but now I feel like I can fit into a different couple of different teams. I could do that pick and roll, but I could also we could do the five out if that's the teams what they're doing because my ball handling has gone up. I can if I need to I can take it to the basket. So either or really. So I just feel like player development because I want to be my best me. So maybe like selfish saying like I wouldn't want to focus on the team that much because I feel like wherever I go, the team's gonna be close. That's just that's what we're gonna have. But player development is really like very big because I want to go to the NBA. That's my end goal. So player development at whatever school I go to is very big. No, I didn't really watch that many. I didn't watch that many basketball games when I was younger. Like I watched more baseball. That was like that was my thing. So basketball didn't really come in until probably like eighth grade. That's when I started watching basketball. That's when the Bucks, were getting good. It's when Giannis won the MVP for the first year.
Mhm.
First offer came in at the beginning of the summer. I didn't expect it at all. It just I remember after a summer league game, I came home. I like a sprained ankle after that, so I was pretty like bummed. I couldn't play after the last game. And then I got a call from my coach. He was like, "Hey, I want to put you on with this coach." I was like, "Okay." I've talked to like some coaches before and had conversations. And then it was Coach Kemp from from Ole Miss, and he was like, "Hey, guy, how are you?" And I was like, "Good," And he like had a good conversation, and he hung up the phone. I was like, "Okay, that was a normal conversation." But then he called me back. He was like, "Oh, I forgot something. I want to offer you." So Ole Miss was my first offer, and it was probably like best feeling probably ever got from basketball because it really showed all my hard work has really paid off, and what people are saying is true. You know, Yeah, when I first started playing, I was very unconfident because I didn't really know. Like I liked playing basketball. Like it was fun. I felt like I knew what I was doing, but I just wasn't really there yet. I wasn't starting or anything. I was always on the bench. So I guess once the coaches really started talking to me, that's when I built my like self confidence. Is when I came to a better team and had better coaches around me. That's when my self confidence really started to build. It was kind of both. There were some times in the game where like, all right, I'm doing this, I'm hanging in there, or like I'm dominating. But there's also times that are like discouraging, or like if I messed up, I'd overthink it a little bit and be like, oh, like So I really, I really had to get past that, the overthinking part, because it's basketball. You're gonna make mistakes. So I kind of just had to like throw it out the window, just forget about it. If you make a mistake, next play, make up for it, defense, whatever. So yeah. Yeah, I definitely like to watch Anthony Davis, and he's just an exciting player to watch. Same thing with Giannis. They both have their own game, but they're both very good at it. That's what I like. Anthony Davis also kind of has like a similar build to me. Similar play style, I guess. So that's probably like my main NBA player to watch. Yeah, I want to be as versatile as possible. Whether I'm playing a four or some coaches have talked to me about being a three eventually. In the future. But I just want to be as versatile as possible. Be able to do as many things as I can. Definitely, no, I didn't really have any motivation before until I started seeing like progress and success. So my personal progress and my personal success is what keeps motivating me. Me like every day, seeing myself getting better, noticing the change over, weeks. That's what motivates me, Just I just like a self improvement. One of the best advice I've received, is definitely just stuff in my body. And one of my old coaches, Richie Davis, he was the leader of playground. He passed away a couple years ago. He always told me, just take care of your body, because when he first got me, I was overweight. So he really put it on me to take care of my body and you know really just keep pushing, don't stop. I wouldn't say anything unique. I guess I like listening to music, hang out with my friends and stuff. Uh, Now I like to watch basketball now, so I do that. I do that, and then I really like getting in the gym. Me and my friends go to the gym sometimes, or we go in as a team. But I'm kind of like a low key guy. I don't like going out like in big groups. It's more like two or three friends. Yeah. On my free time, like by myself, most I do is watch movies, homework, or listen to music. Right now, I'm reading two books right now. The first one is the Kareem book, the autobiography of Kareem, and the second one is Snowden. The story of Edward Snowden. Not sure if you know. And TV shows, I just finished Breaking Bad. So a couple of my friends told me to watch that, so I watched that, and now I'm on a Better Call Saul. Yeah, yeah. So I like that. And then movies, I just finished Blood Diamond. Good movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, one of my favorite actors. I just started both of them. I'm further in the Korean book though, and what I'm noticing is his childhood built him a lot to who he is. He took a lot from his younger years, like even before high school. And he talks about life coaches a lot. People that have came into his life, came out of his life. So he explains like his mom was one of his best coaches, even though she wasn't a coach and she didn't really know it. Like what he saw from her and what he noticed, that taught him. He kind of taught him by himself. If that makes sense. Honestly, I just first basketball book I saw, so I picked it up. And the Snowden one, I knew there was like a Snowden movie that came out a while ago. I never saw it, but that's kind of I thought about that when I saw the book, so it's like I might as well read this. And I kind of know a little bit about it, so I like to know more. Uh, I always read. We have this like time, at school in English class. We read for like 15 minutes, but at home I'd say I read for 20 minutes, like 2 or 3 nights out the week. Some medium reader, I guess. Ooh, can you 2K? I play 2K, and then I don't know why I'm having a mind blank. Oh, Madden, Madden. Yeah, I was playing. I mean, my friends playing. We play like head to head in Madden all the time. I think we split it 50-50 most of the time. We always get into like high scoring games, really competitive, and the end of the game can either go. It goes either way. My favorite class right now is AP Human Geography, and we kind of learn about we're learning about like population and I just like learning about our world, I guess. So I like U.S. history last year. I look forward to my history classes because I just like learning new information about our past. Like math, I don't really like math class. I don't really gain anything from it. But English class, I like to read. I just like learning. Like I'm not because like I'm learning in math, but history and English, I feel like I'm learning more because it's like information I didn't know. Math, I'm kind of like I'm kind of like following these steps to get somewhere. And I don't really, doesn't benefit me. I feel. I'd say it would definitely be something, doing my own business, entrepreneur like. I don't know what it would be, but I definitely like I'd more like an independent job. Not really having like like three bosses ahead of you. I want to be like that guy. I guess I'd have to say hashtag like maybe hashtag low key because kind of low key guy. I feel like a lot of people, definitely at my school, a lot of people feel like they know me, but they don't really know me because not a lot of people like take the time to talk to me, get to know me. I'm not also not like a type of person to as soon as I meet you, like give you my whole life and tell you everything. So from now, 5 to 6 years, I hope to be either in my last year of college or a year in the NBA. Because my end goal overall is, I want to be drafted in the NBA. I want to have a good college career and go to the NBA. Whether that's a year or two in college, I would say I wouldn't want to go 4 years in college. I definitely want to do like a year or two, but NBA is my overall goal. So I hope in 5 to 6 years I'm in the NBA.